کاوش مدیا.
What is the status of Iran's ballistic missile program, and why is it so important in terms of their nuclear weapons program?
Well, the missile program does not get enough attention, in my view, and of course, the nuclear program is very, very important. I mean, I wish the people would put these two together. I mean, many people don't realize. We hear a lot about Russian missile programs, the Chinese missile programs. We've had the hypersonics. In fact, I've been working on a paper on Chinese hypersonics recently. But this is the largest and most diverse missile program in the Middle East. And I believe it was General McKenzie of CENTCOM the other day gave a number of about 3,000 missiles. Now that probably includes not only ballistic missiles, but it also includes probably cruise missiles. I don't know if he's including UAVs in there, but they have a missile-like quality, unmanned aerial vehicles, and Iranians have used this to tremendous success. They once again they have the capability. They range all of the Middle East with some missiles such as the Shahab-3, the Ahmad, and Sajil that have a 2,000 kilometer range. So that not only covers all of the Middle East, but covers parts of Russia and parts of South Asia. And they've decided that this is going to be an emphasis of theirs because it's very capable. They don't have an air force. It allows them to project power. It gives international prestige. And they're also looking at ICBMs. And I think that their space program is probably a cover for a long-range intercontinental ballistic missile capability because the technology that's used in an ICBM and a space launch vehicle are essentially the same. And if you can put something into space like that, such as a satellite of a significant weight, you can essentially put a nuclear weapon any place on the Earth's surface. Iran has made tremendous gains on this. It's great for power projection and intimidates neighbors. It gives them an asymmetrical advantage. It provides defense, deterrence, and it's something that we need to be concerned about when we've seen them used to effect, right? We've seen these missiles and cruise missiles used against U.S. forces, against Saudi Arabia, against other groups in Iraq. And Iran will continue to emphasize the lethality, the precision capabilities, and also the propulsion capabilities of their missile and cruise missile forces.
You can say maximum pressure didn't completely succeed, but then one has to argue, well, what would the alternative be? And I think some of the neocons and people who have gotten into a lot of these wars think that we should have attacked Iran. I don't think that would have worked because so much of the program is underground. I think the solution is to isolate Iran, implement very strong sanctions.
Late October, there was an Iranian drone attack on the U.S. base in Syria. So how much of a threat do these drones pose?
I think both cruise missiles and UAVs don't get enough attention, once again, along with the broader missile question when you're talking about Iran. They're definitely a threat. I wouldn't say cruise missiles and drones are a nuclear threat right now, as the missiles, I think, potentially will be and are certainly meant to be. I mean, Iran has land attack cruise missiles. They've got anti-ship cruise missiles. They have ground launch cruise missiles and submarine launch cruise missiles. There's like 10 different models, and they keep building them. So they believe in these systems. Once again, there's prestige involved in it. There's the deterrence, the defense. Iran's views on using these sort of systems is informed by their experience in the Iran-Iraq War back in the 1980s. And of course, they don't have an air force. So this is the way they can convey these threats, the way they can project power. They can also proliferate them. We haven't talked about that, but they proliferated these capabilities as well, especially to the Houthis. And of course, they're in tight with the Syrians. So that's obviously another concern. What don't we know? That's what's really, really, really scary. And what we know already is scary enough. What we don't know is scary. So the Iranians may be working on this. Cruise missile, for instance, and a drone have a very low radar cross-section. They can fly low. They're maneuverable, means they can come from any sort of direction if there's a gap in your radar system. I mean, I wrote a paper about this on Iran's programs like probably a year or so ago. If people are interested in looking it up, it might be a little bit out of date, but I think it gives some good data on the importance of this program. I mean, they have a land attack cruise missile, the SUMAR, which has a 2,000 kilometer range. That covers the Middle East. I mean, it certainly covers countries that we're concerned about. The Goddard anti-ship cruise missile, which can cover the Gulf, has a range of 300 kilometers. So these are something we need to worry about from a conventional standpoint, and maybe at some point in the future from an unconventional standpoint.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند.